it's a little bit more difficult. But you're able to add, what it does is it walks you through an exercise where it's telling you, hey, say these numbers, these three numbers we're going to give you, say these, and then move your head a certain way. And then it's creating a cameo, it's creating an image or mimicking you if you do that.
Mm-hmm.
And so you'll also see these cameos from other people, which is why I guess there's so many Sam Altmans, because you can choose a cameo of someone that's in this list right here. One thing I'm noticing is I'm not seeing a lot of women. Where are we at?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
You need to fix that.
Same place we usually are in
Well,
Mm,
tech.
a lot of women, a lot of us's is either. Well,
no, I don't see
Mhm.
any S's.
Okay.
I
right. But
don't.
okay, so think about it. That's a problem. That right there is a problem as well. So do we take the initiative of going out there again, being on this platform day zero, talking about it like you guys are doing right now with this hangout? This digital divide or whatever we want to call it, we do have to get in tune with this stuff.
Yeah.
We need to see more women. We need to see more minorities. We need to see more of a diversity leveraging this technology.
Yep. And we need to speak up, like you're saying.
Yeah.
This is one of the reasons why it's good for us to have these type of candid conversations when these things come out, because then we have an opportunity to weigh in. The other day, I sent something on Substack. I was like, "Hey, it's cool that y'all have added this LinkedIn feature, but I have a problem with X, Y, and Z." And so then they responded and said, well, what do you think it should be? And I said, I think it should be this. And so that is how we get our voices in the room. We have to show up. So I think that's an excellent point, Hicks, for real. Mm,
I agree. And I think that that's one of the things about allowing it to use your information in some cases. Now, there are certain platforms that I do not allow it to use my information to train on, but there are others that I do. Because if we don't influence the large language model, we won't be represented. It's already hard enough
mm-hmm.
now with all the things that are going on, in our country. But if we're not adding our images, adding our vocabulary, the way that we speak, we're so busy right now saying, oh, okay, AI, I need you to talk to me so I can, talk to the
Mm.
audience. But really, we're not giving it enough of
Yeah.
us for it to be reflected out there. So I think this is, that perfect example, as you're saying, of, yeah, we are. We're not, out there with full channels on all of this like you are, Hicks is. But look at that representation against what else I see on the YouTube side for AI, even by itself alone.
Mm, yeah.
Listen,
See,
I'd have messed around and said we want to be seen, and Gregory done called me out or called us out. You see the comment there? Lord have mercy.
what Gregory say? Let me go back.
He
What you say, Gregory?
said, y'all chocolate folk talk about you won't be seen, but ain't nobody on camera.
That's so funny. We want to be seen, but we don't. Well, we don't tonight, Gregory. But usually, and look, it wouldn't even show your picture up here, Gregory. So what we really seeing?
Touche, brother. Touche. Okay.
That was good. That's good what you said. And by seen, I don't necessarily, even though I know you joking, I don't necessarily mean on camera all the time. I mean showing up in these type of spaces and having conversation, right? Having discussion. And frankly, look, I can show you, I'll put myself on. He said, you're excused. I could be on camera, but I really didn't want to be on camera today. Usually I'm on Thursdays, so you can come find me on Thursdays, Gregory. And Hicks, too, for Technologist Forum, which is that taking place tomorrow night?
No, I literally just recorded a session about an hour ago, and it's scheduled to go live tomorrow. So I'm not doing it either. I'm still kind of undercover right now.
Well, look, okay, so I want to talk about that for just a minute, just a hot minute. I want to say this. While we're talking about this whole idea of showing up, especially when it comes to tech, especially when it comes to being first, we're trying things right out the gate, one of the things that we also have to do, especially because we are who we are in this society, in this moment right now, is we have to be okay with giving ourselves grace.
Mm.
We have to be okay with that, y'all. I know a couple of people know that I've had yet another funeral notification this week. One of my aunts on the other side of my family. So it's been every month in 2025 that I've had someone pass that's close to me. That stuff is hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That, in addition to just being who we are right now in the moment and having to respond to things with grace and care and compassion and all of that. So I literally am okay with giving myself grace sometimes. And tonight I wanted to come on, but I didn't necessarily want to have to be on.
Yeah.
Like, really.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. Yeah.
Yeah. So this is fun.
Yeah, and it's about the product too. This isn't about us. I mean, it's about us and our interaction with, our reflection of, and expertise on, but it's really about the product. So to have people see the product who have not seen it, again, because they don't have access. So, I think that is important as well. And yes, absolutely, Grace. As soon as I saw your notification, I immediately started holding my breath, because every time the shoe drops over there, the other one drops over here.
Yep.
So I'm like, you know,
Yep.
no.
Not again. Yep.
But I appreciate you willing to be flexible and still share at the level that you feel comfortable with in that given moment, because that's something else that, and especially as women, we tend to show up for others the way we feel like they want us to show up, as they need us to be in the time that they want us to.
Yes.
And that doesn't work, especially when you hit, I'm going to say 45, even though I'm well past that. But just at that point, you start reevaluating, and time is different, right? Time is always money, but time is different.
Yeah.
So being able to use it in the way that I want and in a more relaxed
Mm-hmm.
mode, saves me some minutes and seconds on the end of my lifespan. So I appreciate it.
Exactly. And Hicks, I know you've been going through some things too. So we undercover, but we still here.
Wow.
So thank you for showing up and kind of hanging out a little bit here. Sean reminded me of something which I said earlier, and I do not want to forget. So y'all can't let me forget that we are giving away access to Sora 2. We have an invite code to give away to one random person who is watching. So this is the way that you are considered. You have to put the word Sora, and I'm manually having to add people to thewheelofnames.com. So you must be present to win. and we're going to give you, there's going to be a period of time where I'm going to say, okay, enter the word Sora. Actually, some people have already done it. So just type the word Sora into the chat, and I will go back through and add everybody to the wheel of names. That's what we'll do. Yeah. Okay, what about prompting? So what's the importance of the prompts that we're entering in here, y'all? Because I've noticed, let me move that out of the way for a minute. I've noticed, so when I put my prompt in about sharing a tip, I just kind of came up with something. But what do you think your process is going to be to prompt this thing? Are you even going to use it? How about that question? Let me go back to that. You were going to say something.
So prompt quality is better. I tend to think that now I'm going back to your live stream, all your training and stuff about listening. So I think that it listens better than Sora 1 does. So if I give it instructions, which we have been better trained in prompting, to start with, but if I give it instructions, the same instructions that I would give Sora, I'm not going to come up with the same results, even if it was just basic video. So I like that aspect of it when when you look at the way people were talking about 4.0 and then moving into chat GPT 5, and they're like, this is not working. I think with Sora and 1 and 2, it moved in the opposite direction. It followed instructions better without me having to say, oops, that's not what I wanted. Let me go back in and redefine that or to tweak that. So I do like that. I found that to be the case.
Maybe we should experiment with one. And I noticed something too down here. So you're able to type in an @ symbol, and then you can actually pull names. So people who actually have cameos that are public, because by the way, when you create a cameo or a clone of yourself using the tool, you can either make it available only to yourself. Let me move myself. Let's move out of the way so we can see the prompt. You can make it available only to you. You can add, I think there was a link that makes it public. And then there's a third option that I can't think of right now. Do either one of you know what it is? But when you give that, if you give the access publicly, that's how your info or your profile, I think, must end up showing up over here. Because these are random people that I would never have known who they are. And some with 24 followers. Yeah, so these are random folks. This is not, doesn't look like it's a list of folks that they've curated or anything.
Yeah.
So
I haven't used those, but to answer your question about prompting, I've been very specific about mood and very specific about aesthetics, very specific about what I want the created video to look like. Right. So I'm specifically saying on a lot of these types of quick videos, African American hosts, I'm specifically saying kind of a cinematic look and feel, that kind of thing. I'm putting in my, you know, how I am about my hex codes. I know my hex codes like the back of my hand. So I know my blue, right? So I'm specifically saying 20557B. So that being said, that's the extent that helps me when I'm creating these videos to keep it from hallucinating too much, right? To keep the platform from going too far off the rails. I'm drilling down, I'm setting it up really specific and then drilling down and being more descriptive as necessary.
So I'm going to create a prompt over in Chat GPT, and I'm going to plug it in here unless either of you has an idea for one. In fact, if you have an idea for something, give it to me. I'm going to put it into my better prompting GPT and get a prompt to put in here so we can see what it gives us.
I just put it in a private chat. One that
Cool,
I was
got
actually
it.
going to use.
All right, cool,
Look,
cool,
I'm
cool.
on top of it now. Again, your boy, baby.
Look,
You know,
that was not a question on my part. I had 0 questions as to whether or not you on top of the things. I know
we're going to
this.
be ready. We're going to show up.
Okay, y'all, we're going to put this really ultra long and detailed.
On purpose.
That's key, right?
That's right.
If you want, the output is only as good as the input. I think this is what you're teaching right now, just by nature of creating this lengthy one. It's because we're giving the details so that it knows exactly what you want, or to get as close as possible to the output that we want. So I'm going to try it without putting a character specifically in there. Yeah, okay. We'll try that and see what this does. You already tested it, Hicks?
I have, but not in Sora. I've tested it in Gemini and in a couple other platforms.
Okay.
So this will be new for me too.
We're gonna just see. So it's got portrait and landscape for those who are, and I'm literally testing this in real time. So I do not know what kind of results we're gonna get, and it may take a little bit of time for it to process this, but we'll see what it does. It's added to a queue. So that's cool. Okay. So it looks like we can just we'll see if it'll allow us to do this without adding a character or a cameo. The cameo, I'm assuming, would be just these personas, right? Sean said a dance video with the 3 of you. That's what he wants. I'll try to come up with something, Sean, and I will post that, I promise, in Substack. I will come up with a prompt for that. Gregory says
Yeah.
they throttled down chat resources to put more into video resources. That's a question.
It appeared that that was the case yesterday and the day before. Now, I don't know if they're going to be able to get things back up, but absolutely, that was the last 2 days. There have been a lot of errors. I've seen a lot of red boxes telling me to retry, and it's, the same process that I've been using previously. So I noticed that
I
as
did
well.
too. Now that you're saying that, that is the exact problem I was having. And it seems to happen every time they get ready to make any major updates in OpenAI. There's always throttling of the chat. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I was also able to use to speak to the specificity of the prompt. I was able to use a mid-journey prompt on this side now, because what I wanted was lighting change, the angles, because typically it's gonna, front face or rear face, but not, and I know I haven't done the cameo, and I do more of other characters, but it did take the prompt and it actually worked through, like even if you look at Sam Altman there, I mean, that lighting. So, and that's not the case with Sora 1.
And there's also something I noticed in here. I think I'm double checking real quick on the mobile app, but on the mobile app, I think that I'm able to actually see somewhere. I was able to see the actual prompt. Yeah. Okay. So on the mobile app, I can't see it here, but on the mobile app, it's easy to see. If you are somewhere hovering on the bottom, you're able to see the prompt that was used in order to create the visual, the video. So that's something for people to note. It might be good for you to have both the mobile app to try and the one on desktop. Additionally, it looks like there's some feeds. So you got the For You, where they're basically assuming they know who you are and what you want to see. That's always fun to me. Whoever you're following, which I got to make sure I follow both of you. And then what the top trending videos are. This one is kind of crass, but also funny. I'm not going to lie. It's talking about the Last Supper. But anyway, I'm sure you'll see it. He's like, yeah, I see
me out here now.
He's like, I see Judas over here. Judas over here looking like he's not going to rat me out or something like that, he says. It's hilarious. But anyway, okay. There's trending, top trending, and then the latest. So whatever's recently been created is up here too. So you can sort according to that.
It's good to know, because I don't use the mobile that much when I do this kind of work.
And I normally would not. I still won't. I'm trying to think of would I actually use this to what you said earlier, Hicks. I don't know. I definitely would not pay for it because I have too many other tools that do what I need them to do. For instance, Captions AI.
Yeah.
I love captions for creating really quick and easy. Yep, those persona videos. If I need something like that, I can go in there and create something really fast. And I've already paid for that.
I'll talk to you in a couple of days. I'm meeting again with the director of product for Caption/Mirage Thursday. Tomorrow. Yeah, so I'll let you know what's coming on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He reached out to me this morning and said, we need to talk. I said, well, listen, Eli, what you need, brother? So I am here to serve. So yeah, I'll let you know what he has to say.
Let me know. I love it. Hey, who you know, y'all. It pays to know people. Tech Troublemaker, you've been using VO until you use up your credits and then jump to Sora to finish a project. Yeah, I wonder what you're going to think of Sora 2, because I saw that you didn't have access yet, but hey, you could be our lucky winner. In a little bit, I'm going to go ahead and do this Wheel of Names thing and see what I can pull up. Michelle said, ooh, let us know, Hicks. Like what you know, we know.
Well, maybe we'll do this. I'm liking this audio only restream action here. Maybe we'll do an unscripted whatever. Listen, you didn't took the name too. Okay, I see.
Look, well, hey, it was
Only you had. Oh,
ChatGPT.
you got access to that. You can do that. I haven't trademarked everything. That's all.
Look, I wasn't trying to take your trademark. I just wanted people to know, like, this is not going to be structured. You're not going to come in here and be like, hey, it's a show. It's really, we're just having conversation and discussion. Let me see if that thing has produced yet. So it's taken a while. Y'all see that, right? It's almost there, maybe. Ooh, the quality. Hold up. Let me see.
Some folks right there. Okay.
See if y'all can hear this. I'm gonna try to. And so, see, you see the thing over here, and it's in drafts because you can look it over and make sure that it's what you want it to be, or make edits before you post. So, FYI on that.
And the most interesting.
Ooh. Let me turn this down some. Hold on. Just mess a little bit with the sound.
Visible but everywhere.
And the most interesting part is who's going to shape it, because it's not just engineers, it's artists, it's communities.
The tech is that a decade from now, we won't even call it AI anymore. It'll just be how the world works.
Right.
What in the world? Did y'all hear that?
Come through.
Yeah, where they from?
Did you say British?
No, like where they from?
What you? But could y'all hear that?
Yeah.
And it was like real Hold up. Let's play that again. Hold on.
Right, it'll be like electricity, basically invisible but everywhere.
And the most interesting part is who's going to shape it, because it's not just engineers, it's artists, it's communities.
The tech is that a decade from now, we won't even call it AI anymore. It'll just be how the world works. Right, it'll be like electricity, basically invisible but everywhere.
And the most interesting part is who's going to shape it, because it's not just engineers, it's artists, it's communities.
The tech is that a decade.
Wow.
Okay. So that's crazy. That's pretty good. So I would obviously, just like you thought, I would write a secondary prompt to change the accent, change kind of the speech, maybe slow them down, the tone a little bit. But that could be a highlight reel.
Oh my gosh.
Because right now I'm using Descript to do all of my highlight reels. I'm using a mixture of Descript and Notebook LM to kind of do highlight reels. That right there, give it a dope prompt and say, make this, and that could be kind of a promo highlight. Come check us out. Technologist Forum. We're talking about X, Y, and Z, and very little effort. But again, you're conscious about it, but very little effort. And that's what we always talk about. At least what I always talk about, taking steps out of your workflow so you can be more efficient. That's kind of dope.
Gregory, I'm over at YouTube at Tanya Smith. So it's just my name. Or you can type in Stream Like a Boss on YouTube and you'll find me here. This is wow.
They done messed around.
So about the dialect. So you know that right now on TikTok, there was a Scottish influencer that was on and went viral for his accent. And then a number of people started actually looking for, now again, our population, looking for other Scottish Black influencers to follow on TikTok. Now they are actually getting brand deals because of all of the traffic. So when we talk about power of a community, and now look at the influence even here, the assumption made on the back end of what is trending to bring that to the table that we didn't even say, right?
Yep.
So, yeah.
That's crazy. Y'all, I'm just, okay, so I might have to take back what I said when I said I wasn't going to pay for it. I don't know.
Well,
this is clean.
The next couple of weeks, I'm definitely going to use it a handful of times for sure and make something. That is nice. Wow.
I mean, for me, it's first of all, these people look like real people.
Yeah.
They don't look like they have the glassy, waxy skin. They have, yes, I think we definitely would have to slow the pace of the language and the talking down and probably change the accents up a bit. But dang.
I'm redoing it right. I'm doing it right now in the mobile app.
Okay. Okay, so the fact that they thought it through and said, hey, we want to make this available both to people on their desktop and laptop and on their mobile devices. So they came out the gate with the apps. They didn't even wait.
Absolutely. The gestures here again, because before we're talking about some choppiness on these other video apps where even the delay in the language that comes out, and we're getting used to that because people just say, oh, well, there's just a delay even naturally on live streaming sometimes, but this is spot on. Yeah, it absolutely is. And even talking at the same time for them as one finishes, the other interjecting. We can't do that on the other apps. There's no simultaneous conversation going on.
No. And
even,
the question was asked, what's the prompt used? It's the prompt is over here on the far right. So what you see over here on this screen, that's the actual prompt that Hicks provided. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I was going to say even the, because I typed it in the prompt about camera switching, but moving from one speaker to the other and then doing this wide shot like that.
Right.
That's an editor's dream right there, right? We spend a lot of time doing that in our individual tools, but being able to just tell an LLM that I want camera angles to switch between wide shots or the group and close-ups. That's what I wrote in the prompt, and it's literally doing it pretty seamlessly. That's pretty nice.
Trust. Absolutely. Now, when my hair is done tomorrow, when I actually put on makeup and do all, trust, I'm going to redo my cameo, and I want to see, like, how can I incorporate that into the video? Because that's going to cut down on some time for a few things. I'm sold. After seeing sold. And these are all, by the way, folks, these are all videos that people have created solely through prompting. This is not like real people on TikTok, for instance, just getting on a camera and recording. These are created based on the prompts that they've put into place. So a variety of styles where you've got the whole Minecraft style, or look at this one. This is a hot mess.
I know. Poor Sam.
Yeah.
He's out here saying some crazy stuff.
He asked for it. That's on you, bro. Yeah, this stuff is wow. I'm interested in just playing with it and messing with it. And if this hasn't gotten you interested, folks, you should get interested. I think if you're doing anything with video right now or considering doing even short clips in some way, because the quality just blew me away just then. Does anybody else have what else you want to talk about before we do a drawing?
So let me ask a question about, so the fact that we're so taken aback by this and in a positive way. I know YouTube recently said something about 100% AI generated videos and the inability to monetize those. Now,
that's good. Yep.
Shorts, something like this, 30 seconds, 60 seconds, 90 seconds is going to get a lot of views just because of the way that the algorithm has changed, and all shorts are monetized. If you posted that clip on your channel, is there going to be a problem with monetization?
That's a good question.
Right?
Is it? Do we know? Probably. Probably. I'm just going to take a guess. Probably. But you know what? Here's the thing. I'm going to say, because I think from a different perspective, I think, than a lot of folks who are truly just simply using their video channels to monetize themselves. While that is important to me, what's more important to me is being able to churn out quality content on my own spaces. And so, for instance, I'm going to give you an example of where I can see this really working. I have been promoting a program, Second Act Story, right? I don't have time to sit down. I have ideally wanted to create these 6 reels for the last 2 weeks. I was just supposed to create 6, that's all, to be a part of my promotional campaign. But every time I get ready to do it, something else ends up getting priority. And so I got 3 of the 6 done. The other 3 I could have done in something like this.
In a minute.
Yeah. And I wouldn't have to sit down, make sure my makeup and my hair and all that stuff is right in the background. I can just go in and create a couple of prompts, spit it out, and now it's part of the campaign and I can keep on moving with my life. To me, the value of that time back is, that's just, I mean, to me, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful thing.
I think the monetization issue with the shorts, I agree that that's probably going to be the case. But to how we're trained in Stream Boss Academy, it's like, what's that CTA? So now you think of it more as lead gen as opposed to monetization on the actual short. What is it leading them to that then you can turn into cash and monetize? So that targeting means it's going in front of more people. You may not be getting paid for the actual shorts, but that you have to hone in on your messaging and that CTA to make sure that you're taking them from that channel to your private real estate.
That's good.
I like it.
Yeah, I was quiet while you were saying that because I'm gonna chop that up in like an hour. Listen, I'm gonna snatch that, and that's gonna be a reel in and of itself. Dr. Moore over here. Okay.
See?
Yeah. Now the question is, can you then take that video and put it back into use so that you can create, entire scenes, or even if you were to have a podcast with those 3 people, right? Those 3 characters in it, now being able to give it more dialogue to use with those same 3 people.
I wonder what the
That's something that
consistency, yeah, I'm curious about that though. The consistency of the characters, that would be interesting.
No, like, does it learn and can you build off of the prompt is what you're saying? Can you create like a series?
Yes.
I got you. Okay.
But even if you can't, just having, created something that looks a little bit more like B-roll to go behind that you can incorporate into your reel, your actual footage and clips could also be, that can be gold. Because I can have different people in the different B-roll scenes, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But I wonder if the consistency of character would allow you to do a series. Maybe not yet, but we'll have to test it, I guess. I'm putting names, by the way, while we're talking. I am typing in some names into the wheel of names. So if you haven't already put, and your name can only be entered once, you must be present to win, type in the word Sora, S-O-R-A. If you do not have a code and you want one, we'll get you a code to Sora 2 if you are the winner. I'm about to show the winning wheel name in just a few minutes. Right now, I've got Junior Sparrow, Dr. Vibe, Sean Michael, Gregory Kasim Rutledge, Tech Troublemaker. Who else? Am I missing anybody? Because if so, you want to go ahead and type in the word Sora, S-O-R-A, right now before we get ready to wrap. This has been exactly what I was hoping for. Sean says that's exactly the benefit of AI tools. Get back time. Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's a big one for me.
Yeah.
Now they're asking for this prompt over on Substack. There's been a request for the actual prompt.
Oh, the request for the prompt. I gotta ask permission from Mr. Hicks.
Right. That's a little proprietary right now.
So what's the with from here? What's in it for me? So I tell you what, I will type the prompt in a note on my Substack.
Okay, deal.
That works.
Yeah, you get access to it if you follow the Digital Collective. There you go. We're gonna get something from this.
Put that on in there, and I'm gonna type it in. I'm gonna put it on screen so people know where to follow. I just added Jasmine Murphy. Hey, Jasmine. And I added Valerie Harris, the Dr. Valerie Harris. Okay, so I've got names in here. If you are missed, Tech Troublemaker, I got you in there too. Give me or put it into the private chat, your Substack profile so that I can pop it up on screen. Hicks.
I'm typing as a doc. I'm not good at multitasking. Lord have mercy. Hold on now.
Like I'm moving too fast. She doing too much.
Yeah, she over here doing too much. Good Lord, I'm
Yeah,
looking,
let me ask
waiting
this
for the
question.
Best Buy man to show up at the house. I'm that's where my mind is right now. I'm waiting for the Best Buy dude to show up with some things.
Let me ask this question of the two of you, since I have the opportunity. There's been references to speaking to founders, correct? And I know that for a lot of people, they have problems with apps. And I know that in Stream Boss Academy, we're guided to fish for ourselves, right? We're taught that to make sure that we're in the Slack channel or their community or on Discord, to utilize places to actually communicate when you're having an issue and not just to sit with your on your hands. So if both of you could just quickly speak to the importance of creating those kinds of relationships and staying open to receiving, because of course you're showing up and these people are reaching out to you, but you also reach out to them. And I think that's something that people are missing the opportunity to. They don't use the Discord, the Slack, the email, the support bubble. So can you each speak to that for me?
Can you break it down into one or two lines?
Sure. No, just the communication of reaching out to
And I'm
people
saying
who
that
say,
because
"Oh
I'm
my
also
gosh."
typing. I'm typing
Oh,
in this
okay.
QR
You
code.
over there triple tasking. I tell you what, I'll take it while you
Take
triple
that.
tasking. That's a really good question too, and I think it's being conscious and cognizant of people's time and the effort that you want to put into your craft. It goes along the lines of me not wanting to be, or I hate it, not hating. I don't like the word influence, but I like the word advocate. So if I'm going to leverage a platform, a software tool, a hardware tool, whatever the case may be, I'm going to be involved as much as possible with providing that feedback. I'm going to be on the roadmap discussions. I'm going to be in the canny.ios, like you said, the discords and all of that. Tanya knows that I've told a lot of companies when their baby is ugly.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I say that early on when I'm having conversations with folks, but I say it respectfully because, again, if I'm vested financially and my time in leveraging a platform or a tool or resource, I want you as a company to make money. I want you as a company to be successful. And I don't want to keep bouncing back and forth again, especially as I start learning processes, as I start building my operating procedures and things of that nature. So it behooves us and again, this is a different conversation as opposed to someone who's really just trying to do video or content creation as a hobby. We're talking to business folks, right? When we start leveraging our most valuable asset of our time, and we're talking about business and revenue, things of that, ownership has to be on all sides.
Yeah.
So I can't just go pay for it on a subscription basis or a LTD basis and expect it to be great all the time. I've got to be an active participant, an advocate for that platform, for that hardware, for that software.
Mm-hmm. And we also are very conscientious about who we tie our brands to.
Mm-hmm.
So if, for instance, there's a brand that starts out well, but they head down a different path, I'm going to tell y'all, I walk around, and when I say walk around, I mean virtually. I walk around the internet with a side eye all the time right now. And I'm not lying, because I'm looking at how are you showing up? And I'm going to give a very clear example. There was a particular brand I purchased. I made a large investment with this particular brand, and I loved the tool. And at some point, I happened upon that person's account, their social media, and they said something that was incredibly cringy to me. Something that let me know they didn't value me or anybody that looked like me, and really some other things I gathered from the comment. And I could not, in good conscience, recommend or promote that person's app anymore. Because I found out who they really were behind the curtain. So I think it's important anytime we're talking about brands and I don't just mean individuals, but companies too. Everyone is taking a position, whether you want to or not. Your actions sometimes tell who you are and what you value. And so you need to remember that everyone is watching that, including the people who were wanting to partner with you and had agreed to partner with you. So if I do any type of brand collaborations, contracts, or if I sign my name, or if somebody comes to me and says, "Hey, I want you to speak on my virtual stage," I'm going to build into that contract the agreement that if there is any concern or problem or conflict between our values, the values of your company and mine, that I can sever at any time. Because that's just where I am right now.
I appreciate you both weighing in on that because I know there are a lot of people that are in the chat right now that use a lot of tools and have put a lot of money into even some of these LTDs, but still don't send an email. They don't go to the Discord. They don't pay attention to their emails regarding the status of that software or those apps either. And I know both of you to do a great job of staying connected. I mean, this is all part of what we're doing. And yeah, anything that we're promoting, and you all have more of a vested interest with monetization. But even just as a user, you're entitled, you paid, you're entitled to give input, and they make the resources and lanes available. So I think we need to do a better job at using them instead of just complaining about what's not right, what's not there. That's the first thing that Tanya will do is she'll say, "Hey, so did you send an email? Did you go in the Facebook group? Did you check their Slack community?" And, it's like, hey, do your due diligence with it. And it's the same way you should be operating in regular life. So thank you to you two for that input.
Yeah.
For that too.
Hicks is very much a role model when it comes to that. He is all about making sure that he is doing a deeper dive. It's not surface level when it comes to any of these apps. So I appreciate that. And I certainly, I do it on some level, but he's like, he's next level.
I'm in people's backyard, boy. I tell you what.
He is not joking.
You want this $300-400? You won't listen. Your revenue strategy. Where you gonna be in the next 3 years?
Right.
Well, we have to now, don't we?
Yeah.
We have to, because a lot of them are not here a year from now. And that's something I was noticing on AppSumo, and I don't know, we don't want to go too far down the rabbit hole on that, but I've been noticing that they have been speaking up more. They're more vocal now about different founders who come onto their platform and sell and then leave. If they see that there's a pattern or a trend, they're starting to get, I'm going to say, get the understanding that, hey, we're not having it, but you really should not have put them back on to sell another product if you knew that they've done this in the past. So I think they're really starting to be more vocal and more visible with that too, which is interesting.
I was on. Okay, we're not gonna go down the rabbit hole, but let me tell you something. But this is why I'm all disheveled right now. I was online at 12:45 a.m. my time with an AppSumo company, Tag Mango. I'll add them.
I was looking at that.
Listen,
should I not look at that?
No, they listening, and okay. I and a lot of other users kind of gave them the riot act for some inclusions that they need to provide to the platform. It looks very promising for a couple of things. I won't go down. We can talk offline if you want to, but
okay,
we might do some business. But again, so I 12:40. I put a event on the calendar. 12:45 a.m. my time. I'm talking to the founder. I'm saying, listen, man, you about 90% there, right? If you want solopreneurs, entrepreneurs, and creators who are really trying to build a community for the long term, add a couple of these extra things to this offering or make a new offering. went back and forth for about 45 minutes. So I think it's coming. I don't want to drop anything that's out of touch or anything, or nothing that hasn't been released yet. But
Mm-hmm.
and it's not just me. It's just the multitude of folks coming through and expressing real concerted needs. And I think the fact that, again, at 12:45 a.m. they saw that I was serious about my interest in my.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
yeah.
Mhm.
Michael said too many times. Y'all rewind if y'all want to hear the name again. But yeah, we may be relaunching or migrating to another community on that platform, because there's a couple of key things that it's offering that really raised my eyebrow.
I could pull it up.
Now, is that live
There you
stream?
go. Lord have mercy. Where
It's on AppSumo.
Where my credit
Is it
card
live
at?
stream?
God,
It's
Here we
not,
go.
no, but it is an LMS. Okay,
We're
I'll
gonna have to go
hold.
to therapy, app
We
therapy
can
behind that.
have we can have another conversation
Hey,
about
who in the comments? Hey, Florence, help me. Pray for me. Equip Institute, pray for me. Good Lord.
I saw Equip Institute up in the house. What's up, Florence? Look, oh, and also Radiance by Retilia said, thank you for the QR code.
Right on.
Awesome. And I see folks that are over in Substack land as well saying, yeah, a couple of things. Respect your integrity. Thank you. Yes, it's important because that's all we have in the end, right? I'm interested to hear more about that one, but we can save it for another conversation. It might be on Technologist Forum. I don't know when you want to have that discussion, but I'm in for it because I saw it.
Mm-hmm.
I saw that. And I looked at it and I thought, I'm going to wait and see more ratings.
Yes.
I want to see what other people are saying about it first. Radiance by Retilia. Pull it up.
Right. Because you two could have some leverage with a number of people that slide over because of that,
Well, I mean,
Yeah.
I'm gonna wait on Hicks to tell me.
No, listen, I'm on your shoulder. I'm gonna sit in my seat. I'm not gonna be a backseat driver. I'm just gonna sit here and do what I do.
Here, I'm just gonna pull it up for a second, and we're gonna see. We gonna tell people what you're talking about in case they might be interested. But it's called Tag Mango.
Radiant says she's putting it in her cart now. I got it pulled up.
But hold on, y'all, because we want to make sure, because it only had one review, Hicks. That's the reason why I said, let me back down. I'm gonna wait and see what they do.
And Radiance, hold easy on what you got in your cart, because you're gonna want to go at this point at least 4.
Okay,
you're gonna at least
hold off.
Yeah, you're gonna at least want to spend a couple of extra dollars if you take advantage of this platform. But okay, but the compelling. Well, you gonna put it on the screen? It ain't on the screen.
Oh, it's not. Oh,
no, we still looking at Sam.
Hold on, let me get Sam out of here.
You done brought it up, so now here we go.
Yeah.
I know. Well, I mean,
looking good.
What?
Looking good.
What? Okay, here, I'm pulling it up. Okay, so this is Tag Mango, y'all, on AppSumo.
LMS, social media network. It's a community builder, course builder, all the things that are very similar. Think of Circle, Mighty Networks. Think of School, Heartbeat, platforms like that.
I'm laughing because Radiant said she's ready. Send your code.
Look, people know. They know what's up.
Yeah.
Especially my OGs are in the house. The Radiance by Retilia, she is an OG for real.
And to Hicks' credit about the level 4, you're talking about 1 year of Zoom meetings included.
That's it.
And 0% on the platform commissions.
So think about what you just said. We all pay for Zoom. I mean, even if you don't like Zoom, even if you don't use it. I don't. Right? Oh, see.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
Why did it go off? I don't know why it just clicked. Was it like, hey, she tripping?
That's what it is. That's
what
the
you
Lord.
say,
That ain't nothing but the devil right there. See, that's what that is.
That is what that was. Oh, it won't come back on. Let me try. I'm going to shut down screen share, stop screen share. And then I'm going to try to get it back up in a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's weird.
Huge.
That wasn't
That's
nothing but the
huge.
devil getting it. You over there talking madness, and we trying to. Chris Stone, we see you, brother. Help me to help them.
What's up, Chris? That is hilarious. Okay, y'all can see it again.
Yeah, we can
Okay.
see. So think about what Dr. Ward just said about Zoom level, the 300 attendees included in this as well, and it's not just for a year, it's not for 2 years, it's just for the lifetime. I'm paying ridiculous amount of money right now for my Zoom platform, which I wouldn't mind eliminating that expense.
Mm-hmm.
Custom domain is critical. Got to have that. So the fact that that's there,
Yep.
the fact that you can create your storefront, that you can create the community and all that. But the kicker in this is that it allows you to create mobile apps.
Oh, really?
That
Yeah,
it
I
allows
see
you to
that.
create both iOS and Android full branded mobile apps.
Oh, with the license
Or-
tier 4.
Yep.
Come on, y'all.
Oh,
That's that one
what?
right there, right? That's the one right there. All the other stuff is cool and dope, but that right there really puts it over the top. And
Yeah, because
now,
I've paid double that just to get one of those apps. Yep.
so now I don't have to share with
Hmm.
other community. I don't have to download the school app. I don't even know if they have an app, but the Mighty app or the Circle app or the Heartbeat app, and they have all.
Mhm.
Now you can just download Stream Like a Boss. Now you can just download the Digital Collective, my own app.
Mhm.
And what we always talk about, Tanya, right? We getting off that rented land. We
Yep.
own it. We got the mortgage for this. I can create whatever crazy content that I want to,
Mhm.
and I can say whatever. I'm not going to say nothing crazy, but again, now I own. I got the deed to this land.
Right.
That's huge.
Now look at Chris has a valid question. Do people trust a non-Zoom link to join though?
It's Zoom.
They still have Zoom. This is still Zoom, Chris.
It's still Zoom. It's actually a Zoom subscription.
But I will say this, I don't use Zoom. I literally don't. I don't have Zoom anymore. I use I need to do this drawing because I know some people are waiting for that. So I will do that in a second. But I don't have Zoom. I use Google Meet and I also use Go Brunch because it's,
you own it. Right. Again, that's you.
Right. Yeah. And so I just have short links that lead people to specific rooms and things. Right. And so, yeah, to your point, Chris, I think they do if they trust you. They trust where you're sending them to. You just have to do a good job of communicating where you're sending them. What I often have with Google Meet is people will say, oh, I'm not even familiar with this. What's new here? So I usually try to do a quick 2-minute tutorial to say, okay, it's just like Zoom, but here's a couple of things that are going to be a little different.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I don't think that's an issue, but this is Zoom. So that doesn't even matter for this one-on-one consultation. So what's that about? You can use the rooms for that. Is this like a sessions? I shouldn't have said that.
You sure did say that, didn't you?
Oh my God.
I'm over here get to twitching. That's literally why I didn't want you to bring it up. bring it up. There you go, bringing up bad news. It's pretty close. It's pretty close though, for sure. I would say this, maybe, and I'm going to interject. I'm going to fly over the top. I see some folks that are interested in as well. Greg is talking about he wants to get into it and all. Let me be the guinea pig.
Yeah, let's let Hicks be that, and then
let me
Hicks,
let me
you're
be
gonna
the guinea
share it
pig
on your
before
show.
y'all. Well, and then I'll come back here, and we'll do it here, and then you can tell your community before they invest in any of the money to go forward. Because I was already planning on it. Like I say, I've already talked to the founder that I'd be willing to advocate for them and tell them if the baby's ugly, if they don't add this tier 5. But that's the plan. The plan is to add the tier 5, which will include some of the gamification pieces. All of the community pieces are already there, but some of the habit tracking that's included with their monthly subscription offerings. So I kind of convinced him to say, add those bits and those aspects to the LTD. We'll pay for it, but just add those so it can be really a full-fledged community building system for us.
I like it. I like it. I like it. Well, I'm going to pull this wheel of names up for folks. Okay. These are the names that I had. So I'm going to go ahead and move that out of the way. And we're going to do a spin and figure out who is the winner of the Sora 2 code here. Woo! Dr. Vibe.
Woohoo!
Well, he got all that space on the wheel. Looked like his name was bigger. But
It did. You know what?
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Stop starting stuff. Dr. Vibe, you are the winner. I don't know if you're still here. You must be present to win. So I need to see evidence in the chat that you are here so that we can get you this code, sir. Very excited for you. Thank you for showing up and popping yourself into the chat. Let's see where you are. Let's see if you're here. He said yay.
Yay.
So we're on Substack.
Substack. Yeah.
All right. You are the proud winner of a code to getting into Sora 2. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, we got you. So give me a chance to get off of this live and we'll make sure we get that to you. I know how to reach you. Congratulations. I know Sean said so close to my name. I know, y'all. Thank you so much. Okay, any closing thoughts before we go ahead and wrap it up? Thank y'all for hanging out. Look, when we started this thing, it really was not intended to be very long. It was not structured. Hicks, I didn't even know you're going to be able to come on. I just sent you that text while we were talking. He was like, wait, I need to get my hair or my face right. Like, I said, no, you don't. We're on audio.
Messing with me.
Hey, and Hicks, I did try to wear your creator cap. I did, but it's too big for my head. That's the only reason why I haven't sported it. So just so you know.
Okay.
You know, I got you. I'm putting it into a scene at some point, at least.
Well, I saw you making videos with your queen crown, so I said, at least come on, at least put the creator cap on. Okay, I'm throwing you out there in these streets.
Why you got to put me out there? Sean said I didn't spin hard enough. Wow. Well, maybe we'll have to do this one more time. But y'all, thank you for hanging out with me this evening. Thanks for folks who were in the audience, on the comments, whether you were on the stream chat, YouTube, Facebook. Radiant said, so tomorrow you're going to do a show on Tag Mango? No, I am not. I won't be here tomorrow evening, y'all. That's one of the reasons why we're here tonight, because I knew I'm going to be at a gala. So I have to go be snooty and get dressed up and do all the things with the dames. But it's going to be fun. And I will be back next week. Hicks, I am looking forward to hanging out with you again. Stacy, you as well. Thank you for coming. I know it was short notice, but both of you showed up and I just appreciate that. And it was so much fun. Did you have any final words or things that you want to share before we wrap?
For me, I just want to ask people to also think about how you can use Sora for personal use, for memories with all the things that are going on and the memories we want to keep. And you hear about the passing away. So are there opportunities to preserve family members and memories in that way? Is that something you can use for your vision board and actually see those things in action to help them manifest quicker for you, to be able to store them in that manner? So are there ways to connect with, I'm in that caregiver mode right now, is there a way to connect with maybe your loved one's favorite artists from back in the day that you can now have do something new, or maybe one of the grandkids singing or something? So don't think about business all the time. How can you use this in your personal life? And that adds even more value when we talk about, is this something that you're willing to pay for in the future? Operator out.
Girl, that was some good stuff.
You want me to follow that?
I know.
You want me to follow Operator out? Yeah, throw the confetti out there. Good Lord. But she said make a video with you. I'm gonna do a video with me and Tupac. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey, that's going to be gold instantly.
I would do a video with me and two. I love what you said, and I'll be brief, but raising and rising above the noise. I think that's huge as well. So I like those suggestions that you made, Dr. Maury. That just makes sense, and that's how we really learn. That's how we leverage this technology. It's not always just about only the funny videos or the funny content. It's not just always the entertainment. It's the educate and it's the enlighten as well. So entertain, educate, and enlighten is how we can leverage these platforms. So that again, I'll just say thank you guys for allowing me to come and echo from the back of the room.
Hey, you were at the front of the room with us. So I love having you both here. I don't have to say anything more. I think y'all said it all. Thank you, everybody, for being here in the chat, and we will see you next time in the stream. I don't know when we'll do something like this again, but this was so much fun. I am absolutely all in on this audio thing because it was so easy to set up and it was quick. Nobody had to worry about going and getting their camera ready. So we're going to have to do this again. And if you enjoyed it, be sure to leave a comment and to share it with a friend or two, okay? On Substack, I will go ahead and post this in about 10 minutes because I know it's going to go into draft mode, but I'll post it so that you can continue to share it and to come back and watch the replay. And don't forget, Hicks, I'm going to pop this up again one more time. If you want access to the prompt that was shared for the video that was created, that was all done by James Hicks. And you can go and comment on his note in Substack, and you'll be able to get access to the full prompt. All right, everybody. Thanks so much. And we'll see you.